This is a conservative czar to December 9th, 2016. I want I, Donald Trump probably has started the beginning of the process to pick the Supreme Court nominee, and the lead person will probably be Jeff Sessions. And we can trust Jeff Sessions to pick a good nominee. But there's the way the process is going to run here, and what's going to happen, and where the danger lies in nominating a real strong conservative to the Supreme Court. As we speak, the Supreme Court nomination is not filibuster proof. The Democrats can block any nominee to the Supreme Court that they want under the current rules. So what begins is the Trump, the deal maker, is he's going to say, there's my list of 21, and that's what the list is, and here's my list to the Democrats. And they're going to, and he's going to say to them, okay, which 5 would you approve? And so he will, in order to overcome the filibuster and Democratic objections, he is going to have to give to the Democrats the power to pick. And it would go even so far if it really comes. I mean, because, look, the Democrats are going to do this. They are upset about the Garland nominee when Obama appointed Garland to the Supreme Court and the Republicans just wouldn't take it up and held it off for almost a year to wait for Trump's presidency so he could pick the nominee. This is World War IV, okay, between the Democrats in the Senate and Donald Trump and picking a Supreme Court nominee. They're going to go to the mat on it. Well, there's one little problem with going to mat on it, and that is the rule of filibuster. Everybody's got to understand this. Big deal. The filibuster rule, which requires, in effect, that there be 60 votes to pass almost anything. Because anything less than 60, they do the filibuster, and then it requires 60 votes to go forward. So it requires 60 votes. The Democrats last year eliminated the filibuster rule in what was called the nuclear option, with lower court nominees and cabinet selections and a couple of other small positions, and said, okay, in order for us to get our judges through, we are going to end the filibuster on this narrow point. So Harry Reid and the Democrats already used the nuclear option. The only thing that can save us is to end the filibuster for Supreme Court nominees. And we could do that with 51 votes in the Senate. 51 votes can change the rule, eliminate the filibuster for the Supreme Court. Now, the Democrats know this, and they know if they push too far, the Republicans are going to use the nuclear option. But even this is bad. So if the Democrats are a little bit cautious, okay, they're going to go to Donald Trump and say, we won't cause any problem if we can veto 10 of those 21 judges. Trump negotiates, and he says, okay, if you show us the 10. I'm making this up. I'm just saying this is how the negotiations would go. Okay, and if we accept this, we are going to have a Supreme Court nominee like Kennedy, like O'Connor, moderate nominee, so that we're now all of a sudden going to have the new nominee, Kennedy, making all the decisions. Kennedy is a weak pick. Kennedy is a weak justice. So we don't want another Kennedy. And that's what we're going to get if we negotiate ourselves to the Supreme Court. We're going to get a Kennedy. And that's what the Democrats are going to play for. They're going to play and say, we don't want the conservatives on this list, but we'll take some of these other people. We're going to end up with a milquetoast Supreme Court nominee if we go down this path. What has to happen is why I keep saying this over and over again, end the filibuster. I would end it for everything. Forget it. I know what the argument against is, oh no, we'll be in the minority and we'll have no power if we're in the minority again. Yeah, you're in the majority now. You have the House, the Senate, and the President. You're not going to get this chance again. End the filibuster. Pass the rules, the laws that Donald Trump has campaigned for. End this thing. But if you're not going to do that yet, end it for the Supreme Court. It is very important. I'm telling you right now, if we go into this without the nuclear option for the Supreme Court, without ending the filibuster for the Supreme Court, we are going to get a bad nominee. A bad nominee. And we didn't, that's not what we bargained for. I've asked a lot of people, you know, what are you looking for? And 80% of them say the Supreme Court nominee. We might get a lot of stuff, but if Trump, McConnell, and Sessions aren't tough, don't end the filibuster, don't negotiate with the Democrats, we'll get a good nominee. But if we let the Democrats in the door, we are going to get a bad nominee. That's the way it is. And we must end the filibuster. We pick our own nominee and we pass it. Republicans pass it. That's the only thing that will save that nomination. Let me play it real clear. The nomination to the Supreme Court that we've all been fighting for is in jeopardy if we don't end the filibuster. This is the Conservative Czar. See you next time.